The next chapter to our Pokemon journey is about to begin this October, and many of you have been asking me to make a list of what I would like to see in Generation 6, so here are my top 5 hopes for Pokemon X and Pokemon Y. Number 5. A brand new Battle Frontier. Now, one of the reasons I like Pokemon Emerald is because it introduced the Battle Frontier, and I always saw the Battle Frontier as a reward for beating the storyline. I spent hours and hours trying to beat all the Frontier Brains so that I could collect all the Frontier symbols, and for some reason earning those symbols felt much more rewarding than collecting gym badges. Maybe it's because the Frontier Brains were more skilled than the regular gym leaders, or maybe because I spent a long time collecting all the symbols. The Battle Frontier did return in Pokemon Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and Platinum, but it felt like a downgrade from the Emerald Battle Frontier. And it would be really cool if Pokemon X and Y introduce a brand new Battle Frontier with 7 or more unique and skilled Frontier Brains with their own special facilities. Number 4. A link to the other games. When I played Pokemon Diamond and Pearl for the first time, I remember having a big smile on my face because one of the first things I saw is the game mentioning the Red Gyarados incident, and that meant so much to me because before you could even start your journey in the Sinnoh region, you are given hope, connection, and a continuation. A hope that you would someday return to the Johto region, a connection between Sinnoh and Johto, and a continuation of the story of this never-ending journey. Even the smallest reference to the previous games, such as the Team Rocket grunt in Black and White, could mean the world to a Pokemon fan, and I just hope Pokemon X and Y have some sort of link to the previous games. Now, since the Kalos region is based on France, maybe we could see Fantina. Number 3. Pokemon Contest and Planting Berries. From some of the latest Pokemon X and Y announcements, it was revealed that the theme for Generation 6 is beauty, and the best way to show off Pokemon beauty is by having a Pokemon Contest. Now, I never really liked the Hoenn and the Sinnoh Pokemon Contest, but that was because the technology was not there yet to showcase how beautiful a Pokemon could look. And now, with the power of the 3DS, they could finally add some really cool visual effects and make the Pokemon Contest really good. And if they do bring back the Pokemon Contest, they have to bring back the ability to plant berries. I still to this day turn on my Pokemon Emerald to check the berry trees, collect the berries, and then plant some more. So I really hope that this feature comes back. Now, in one of the X and Y trailers, it shows that you could feed your Pokemon. So maybe you could use the berries to cook the food and feed the Pokemon, and maybe that could somehow affect how your Pokemon could perform in a Pokemon Contest. Number 2. Feel like a hero. Every Pokemon game has an evil team, and throughout the game, you are trying to stop them, but during the climax, when all of their plans come into motion, you defeat the leader and the conflict goes away. Now, wouldn't it be cool if you were too late to stop the evil team's master plan? And you get to experience the aftermath of what the evil team has done. You get to see how the environment changed and how the NPC reacts to this change. All this destruction just because you were too late to stop the bad guy. And of course you'll have to find another way to change everything back to normal. The only main game out of the 5 generations that come close to this idea is Pokemon Emerald. You stopped Team Aqua and Magma, but you were too late to prevent them from awakening Groudon and Kyogre, and had to experience the destruction of the Hoenn region while searching for Rayquaza. If something like that, but better, were to happen in Pokemon X and Y, then you will truly feel like you're a hero when you save the day. Number 1. A Powerful Mythology. I really enjoy learning about the mythology of the Pokemon world because the mythology plays a huge role in the storyline of each game. Now, Generation 4 opened the door to the Pokemon universe, and so many things are still unanswered, and so many stories could be told from that. Now, since we are getting a fairy type in Generation 6, this means that we could finally get the story of light versus dark, good versus evil, fairy types representing the good and dark types representing the evil. Now the mascot for Pokemon X, Xerneas, the fairy, could represent the light, and the mascot for Pokemon Y, Yveltal, the dark flying, could represent the darkness. If Generation 6 follows this concept, then we could get a really good storyline for Pokemon X and Y. Okay, there you have it, my top 5 hopes for Pokemon X and Y, and even though I do not know how good or how bad Generation 6 is going to be, I know one thing, and that is I will never give up the chance to experience another Pokemon journey. Be sure to like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter, links are in the description. Alright, that is all for this video, I'll be back with another video soon, so subscribe and stay tuned.